Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Danny Heifetz, and I'm joined by Danny Kelly and Craig Horlbeck. And today it is Power Hour. Every Wednesday we power rank something. This week we are power ranking our overreactions after week 2. Last week we're like, everyone chill. It's 1 week underreacting. Week 2, honestly, we've seen everything we need to see, right, DK?
We are done taking a breath. We are done underreacting. We're ready to go like full-throated on this, which is also the weirdest expression I've ever heard. But we're doing it. We're going for it.
Pause.
Yeah, big pause.
No, but actually, though, we're going to panic. So, yeah, we're going to go through, we're going to do our overreactions. We're serious, though. These are things that actually we at least kind of actually believe after 2 weeks. And we're
starting to believe.
Starting to believe. Yeah, starting to believe. I think it's probably real. We're going to go through Fantasy Core. We're going to go through emails. We're going to see Gen Z Spelling Bee. Kai, going to come on and try to school DK on some
brand new segment. Can't wait.
Great bachelor party email. Okay. All that coming up after the break. This episode of the Ringer Fantasy Football Show is presented by Hyundai. The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid proves that an incredible SUV is so much more than the sum of its parts. It's more than a spacious interior. It's more than being able to navigate difficult terrain. And it's way more than driving farther than you ever thought possible. It's the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. All right, we're going to get to power ranking our overreactions after 2 weeks. However, first, we actually have to do some breaking news here. We're recording this Tuesday afternoon. I don't know if you guys saw, there's another devastating NFL injury along with the quarterback bloodbath. Sean McVay tore his plantar fascia in his foot during Rams-Titans.
Ouch.
I don't know if other coaches have had an injury like this during a game, but they've at least lied about it successfully.
Didn't a coach recently tear their Achilles on the sideline or something?
I don't know.
Well,
like Harbaugh had like a heart issue during a game last season, which I don't think counts.
Oh, yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, that's like scary. But this is, well, I'm one to joke after I just like hurt my hamstring at a bachelor party, but like it's a little.
He was
funny.
Going to call a timeout.
Yeah, he was running to a timeout. He tore his plantar fascia.
Damn, that hurts.
Sean McVay, Craig, how do you feel about your brother, Sean McVay?
I feel bad for my guy. How do you do that? How do you tear your plantar fascia just on the sideline hanging out? What happened? How did that happen?
It's athletic. He's running. I don't know, man.
Dude, when you get old, Craig, you're gonna start to see this. Simple movements. You get
I know.
hurt.
He's probably almost 40. Yeah, he's 39.
Well, it's like pickleball, where it's like all these people are getting hurt. Pickleball is like the perfect way to tear your Achilles because it's just older people moving forward really suddenly.
Yeah, see, pickleball, I actually fully understand people getting injured. Oh, it was the 49ers defensive back coach last year tore his Achilles.
Jeez.
On the sideline.
Craig,
tough.
this is I'm sure the people 40 and over will relate to this, but there are times where I'm just literally doing nothing, not anything, sitting. And you get up and you're like, ow, my foot hurts.
Yeah.
There's something wrong. I have a broken toe or I have a broken bone in my foot or something. And then you walk for a while and it goes away.
Yeah. No,
it's like weird pain.
I was at a bar on Saturday night and we were like jumping up and down and dancing, which I'm already getting maybe a little bit too old to do. And the next morning, like a bone in my foot hurt for a day. Yeah, so.
The thing that actually happens, which is wild, is old injuries start to crop back up. So like I hurt my knee playing basketball way back in the day, or I hurt my ankle, wakeboarding a bunch back in the day. And those injuries actually don't ever, I don't think, fully heal. They just kind of go away for a while. Then as you get older, you're like, damn. It's like my old war like wounds are coming back. It's crazy.
So we're gonna it's just really funny. Sorry, Sean. We're gonna power rank now the overreactions for after 2 weeks that we're actually starting to believe. DK, age before beauty, since you have all your old injuries starting to resurface. We want to make sure we get you in.
So, but Hype, if you ranked these, did you rank these according to the takes that you believed in the most?
I would describe these as roughly the order that I kind of believe. Roughly I agree with / with a little cheating for thematic narrative.
Okay.
Honestly,
he's an artist.
Like he's
an artist out here.
That's movie magic.
I ranked these 80% in the order I believe them, and then a little bit also things. I just topics in the order we should hit them. Okay. To be honest, but
a soft power ranking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soft power, baby.
3 minutes on the clock. We're doing
3 minutes because these are actual takes and we want to talk about them. So it's number one, DK. Things we actually are starting to believe after 2 weeks. Like overreactions, we actually kind of believe. Number one, hit us.
We actually, the Micah Parsons trade is actually a bigger deal than we made it out to be. And we flipped out. We spent like an hour talking about this and how it was like the worst trade of all time. I think the Micah Parsons trade is maybe one of the most impactful non-quarterback trades of all time.
So you're saying we didn't overreact enough?
Yes. We should have overreacted more. I thought I was being a prisoner of the moment because during the preseason, we do our like preseason predictions, who's going to win the Super Bowl, all that stuff. I thought I was being a little bit of a prisoner of the moment when I picked the Packers to win the NFC. I should have gone fucking harder. I wasn't going hard enough. They're going to win the Super Bowl. This is like the biggest juggernaut team in the NFL right now. Watching that defense and watching the impact that Parsons makes every time he rushes the passer, I'm like, I don't know how anyone's going to beat this defense. It's so good.
You know what's funny? It's crazy is that Parsons has barely practiced with the team because he got there with
and he's not even
played like a third of the snaps, and then they did Thursday Night Football. So he's like, frankly, this coming week is going to be the first time we've actually seen him with the full week, and then he's going to play the Cowboys in Week 4 on Sunday Night Football, which is going to be this crazy showcase. You can already hear Collinsworth talking about Micah Parsons in the trade, like he's
Micah! Micah Parsons!
But it is amazing. How
can you get rid of this guy, Mike?
It is amazing though how much it's like everything else in sports. I think when you add a great guy and everyone slots down a slot in terms of how important they are, and everyone looks better. It's like when Rashawn Gary's your second best pass rusher, and Devontae Wyatt defensive tackle, Lucas Van Ness, like all these guys are first round picks on their defensive line that now look way better. All their linebackers or both their linebackers like Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper, top 45 picks. Their safeties, like everyone looks better. And Micah Parsons there. Yeah, I think you're right. Jeff Hafley's doing a great job as the coordinator. Like the Packers defense looks amazing.
He's the true definition of a force multiplier. And by the way, the two teams they've played so far this year were two of the most electric offenses we saw in the NFL last year, the Lions and the Commanders. Through 2 games, obviously very small sample, they're giving up 15 points per game. They're allowing 3.7 yards per play, best in the NFL. They have 8 sacks, which is second most in the NFL, and 21 quarterback hits, which is first. Pressure rate's top 5. And by the way, they have a really good offense. So this team just looks to me like just a buzzsaw.
It was a team that needed some stars, and I feel like they got their star on the offensive side of the ball. Heifetz make a great point. Like they had a bunch of B+, A- players that can now slot down, and now they're overqualified in the roles they're playing. And then even on the offense, it's like if Matthew Golden works out, he can kind of become the number 1 receiver on that team. But we're seeing another star break out on the offensive side of the ball, which is Tucker Kraft, who is starting to look like one of the better tight ends in the league. And so you're kind of seeing on both sides of the ball them finding their blue chippers and that can take them from like an NFC championship team to a Super Bowl.
Green Bay's also uniquely suited to win games a lot of different ways. There we go. Tom, baby. Oh, yeah. Every 3 minutes, you're going to hear that sound. Yeah, the Packers can win the ball a bunch of different ways. Jordan Love's pushing the ball downfield. So, yeah, I agree. Underreacted to Micah Parsons. All right.
No, he's pretty good.
Good guy.
He's good.
Bill Simmons running down the hallway coming into our recording was underreacting.
He's like, whoa!
Number 2, overreactions after 2 weeks into the NFL season, we actually believe. The Vikings probably should have kept Sam Darnold. That was dumb, letting him go. We all kind of just let that one happen. First of all, am I being a prisoner of the moment? I know Darnold's not amazing and he really flamed out the final 2 weeks, but Hayden Winks at Underdog pointed this out. When's the next time a 14-win team's going to let their quarterback go?
It's so rare.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Can you think of a different time in which it was even a conversation?
Well, the Chiefs went, I think 12-4 when they had Alex Smith.
Yeah.
I'm just going off memory. And then they went to Patrick Mahomes. That worked out.
Brett Favre made the NFC Championship game and then wanted to keep doing the I'm retiring, I'm not retiring thing. And the Packers were like, see ya. Like, we're going to go to Rodgers.
Right.
So I respect what the Vikings tried to do because it's one of the hardest things to do in all sports is do a quarterback transition. And to DK's point, Alex Smith, like that was, frankly, the Packers are the only team that would have done it. And Andy Reid did it, and Andy Reid worked at the Packers before he was a head coach. So it's like only Packers tree teams have ever pulled off a quarterback transition. It
was slightly different, though. Yeah, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, and if you guys can think of an example, point it out to me, where teams have tried to be like, we have a good start or things are going well, but we think we want to transition to this young guy. As far as I understand, everyone that I can think of that's ever happened, they got to see the quarterback in practice. And JJ McCarthy was there, but he was rehabbing a knee. He didn't have a ton of experience in college, got hurt in his meniscus in mid-August, and then did not practice with the team. And I do think the Vikings probably would have benefited by seeing him play for like one season.
It was just terrible. It was a very unlucky situation, I feel like the Vikings found themselves in, because Darnold, it's like, I wonder if they even could figure out if he was a flash in the pan or not.
Yeah.
And when you have, if you brought, well, let's say you franchise tagged Darnold and you brought him back, that sends a weird message to JJ McCarthy and like what you think about him. So you basically had to shit or get off the pot. And
well, they didn't have to, but
but they kind of did,
pressure
because
to do
if you bring Darnold back, you're punting on JJ McCarthy, which is a weird move. If you sign him to a long-term deal, you're punting on JJ McCarthy. I guess you could have franchise tagged him, Darnold. But
it's similar to the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love succession plan, which was supposed to happen a lot quicker. And then Aaron Rodgers came back and won an MVP.
Yeah, but he was Aaron Rodgers.
He was already there.
And it's also similar
to
the Falcons signing Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. The difference to me being I don't really buy the idea of, we'll have two quarterbacks. I'm like, you signed Kirk Cousins before you realized you like Michael Penix in the draft. And if they knew, you wouldn't have signed him. So I didn't even think that's the similar. This is just, it's weird to have like the two guys and one of them wins 14 games. You're like, we got to let you go. And I understand. I am absolutely hindsight in this situation.
For sure.
I
understand why they did it, but I just think it was a very unfortunate situation. JJ being hurt ruined
And
everything.
now he has a high ankle sprain, and you're like, okay, he's out 2 to 4 weeks. He's probably going to be out a month. This team thinks they should go to the Super Bowl.
Now you got Carson Wentz.
I am going to briefly disrespect Tom right now to ask an important question.
Okay.
I'm going to take a quick break from Tom. While we're on JJ McCarthy, I have another overreaction. I saw a TikTok the other day that a guy it was you're just scrolling whatever and they throw stuff in front of you, and it was this dude who just was like, the caption was adding 1 square inch of black paint to my face every day until it becomes problematic. Yeah. And all I'm saying is I actually now think of this video every time I see JJ McCarthy with the eye black on his face.
Yeah, man, said this. It's ridiculous. He looks like a little kid in kindergarten.
Much.
Yeah, it's not, and I know it's like because he wants to look like a warrior or whatever.
But if he added 30% more, it would be like it would be like a problem.
You
know what I mean? Like it's like
it would be like
we'd have to have a talk.
It'd be like the 90s on SNL.
Yeah, he's teetering toward the water's edge of what is allowable.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
right. It's literally entering the corners of his mouth. It looks like
it's too much
when he sweats. It's too much.
Anyway, okay. Next topic here. Overreactions we actually are believing after 2 weeks. Number 3, Craig.
I'm starting to believe the Eagles offense is turning into a fantasy sinkhole.
Oh, no.
And
a sinkhole.
I'm panicking.
It's spreading.
Panicking.
Oh
yes.
God.
It is fantasy quicksand right now because you have to start Devontae Smith and AJ Brown every week, but I'm getting very nervous. It is crazy how boring this offense is. There are 0 viable pass catchers on the Eagles right now. They don't create big plays and they don't score touchdowns. Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback in the league without a passing touchdown this year. The Eagles are dead last in plays of 10 or more yards and 20 or more yards this year. Dead last. Last year they were 4th. So, DK, I pose this to you. Is this 2 weeks? Week 1 is basically preseason. Week 2, they played Steve Spagnuolo and they didn't want to, turn the ball over, and they won both games. Am I overreacting?
Yes. Okay. I think this is the story. This is why Jalen Hurts, like we spent the entire offseason, people were so mad at us because I made this comment about Jalen Hurts being like the 4th most important or 8th most important thing on the Eagles roster last year, even though he was the Super Bowl MVP. It's like they had such a great defense, such a great offense, such a great offensive line, best running back in the NFL, really great receivers. And this is why Jalen Hurts has never gotten, according to Eagles fans, his proper respect, is because he is limited as a passer at times.
It's also on his 10th offensive coordinator in 10 years.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I like Jalen Hurts, but if you look at his passing chart from this year, and there is a million excuses you could probably make about why this is, I think he has 3 passes over 10 yards completed. It's all in the flats. It's like if you look at the passing chart, the greens are the completions. It's all just in the 2 flats inside 10 yards. So they need more from the passing game.
I don't want to. I'm halfway on this because on one hand, they've been bad. I don't really want to defend them. And I do think Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator, is a Sirianni guy. And it's every time there's a new coordinator and things like you want to give him time, but also it's not like it's like giving it a work. The flip side is the Eagles weren't that good on offense last year for like 6 weeks. Like even Saquon was like, if Giants game on, he was like, after that, I was built to ass in October on. But like the Eagles had a good week 1 versus the Packers in Brazil, and then like kind of weren't that good for the rest of September last year. And then they were incredible. So the Eagles team, even remember, isn't a year ago. We were kind of talking about the same stuff. Having said that, while we're here,
they win ugly. They win ugly.
I think that's true, but it's more exaggerated right now. If you look at EPA per play, the game they just played against the Chiefs was the worst offensive game they played, including every game last year. It was the worst game of 2024 or 2025.
You know what? And honestly, what's helping them is every offensive drive's 1st and 9, because if they get the 9 yards, they get the tush push. I do think the tush push correction's coming. Because one, it just jumped the shark. Like I think about the Breaking Bad when Mike's yelling at Walter and he's like, "We had a good thing going, you son of a bitch." Like that's the guards false starting on every tush push now. It's like you had a good thing going, this weird cheat code, it just worked every time. And now everyone's like, all right, you're going before the ball. Like this is fucked up. The refs are going to flag it. They're going to get a 3rd and 1 turned to a 3rd and 6 this week. And then it's going to all come crashing down.
I think there's going to be continued frustration with Jalen Hurts, Craig. But I think they're going to be better. There's going to be much more explosive in the offense.
They're not moving the ball down the field. Like
I think
they're
they'll figure it out.
They're not throwing the ball down the field. They were 7th in yards per attempt last year. They're 26th this year. I know it's only been 2 games, but it's looking very uninventive, this Kevin Patullo offense.
Yeah.
This is where I cheated and just kind of put stuff next to each other for thematic purposes. I have the next one here is the Chiefs. DK, you just wrote down the Chiefs are missing the playoffs.
This is the Lord of the Rings where the big ugly orc is like the age of men is over. The time of the orc has come. That's like what I feel about the Chiefs right now. The age of the Chiefs might be ending at this point.
This age of the Chiefs.
Yeah. Maybe there'll be another one. I wanted to Heifetz, you talk about this all the time. Losing the Super Bowl for most teams turns into like a self-destructive feedback.
It's depression. It's depression. It's your entire
it's like
life
you're getting
is
sucked into a black hole.
Yes.
And losing begets more losing. The Chiefs have lost their first 2 games. That can tend to turn into a snowball effect. Obviously, winning cures all ills. They're not winning now. Last year they won. They were 10-0 in 1-score games. This year they're 0-2. You start to get a little bit mad at each other. You start to point fingers. And then it starts to just get worse and worse. We see this with so many other Super Bowl teams. And the Chiefs have been sort of immune to this forever because they have Patrick Mahomes. And obviously they won a lot of Super Bowls. So they didn't have to deal with that. But they have Patrick Mahomes. And he's just kind of made them invincible or have the veneer of invincibility. But that feels like it's wearing off here. And so, I'm just kind of worried about the Chiefs at this point. I was the one who was pushing back against you all offseason, Heifetz, when I was like, how many games did they win last year? And now I'm like, oh.
Well, they went 17-0 in 1-score games. And like, that's like cool. But like, you shouldn't have, if you're that good of a team, you shouldn't have to be pulling stuff out of your ass. They won 6 games in the final play of the game and they weren't against great teams. And I totally agree though, because it's also just, they made all the Super Bowls in a row. And again, it's underrated. They filmed the happiness is expectation minus reality. The Chiefs' expectation was we're the 90s Bulls. Literally, Mahomes was so obsessed with The Last Dance, he filmed the entire season last year for the Chiefs and made a documentary because he wanted their three-peat as a doc like the 90s Bulls. And like, one, that's depressing when you lose and you think you're the Michael Jordan of football and then you lose. You're like, fuck, we didn't do it. We'll never get to try that ever again. And they know it deep down. Also, it's exhausting to play that many games. This happens in basketball all the time. The Warriors were exhausted with 3-peat. Michael Jordan went and played baseball because he was so tired after making those 3 runs in a row. He quit basketball. Right. It's tiring to do this. It's a lot of football, man.
That's why he played baseball, because he was tired.
Are you in on, do you actually, wait, now this is a Tom, do you think he was suspended? Are you team gambling?
I don't think it was because he was tired. It was either because of his dad or because of gambling is what I believe. I do not think it had to do with his energy levels, but.
I love the way, Chris. Right.
You think he was like shadow?
Right.
As I've gotten older, I've become more open to this. You basically think the idea is that David Stern was like, we have evidence that you're gambling, whatever money to gambling guy, but like, we don't want to ruin your face's image of the league. So we're going to quietly suspend you, appease the owners. Then the league that want you suspended, but like just go away and we'll just deal with it.
Yeah, it's why Shohei Ohtani is going to be on the Knicks next year, just for a year.
Can we have him play some QB, man?
I kind of do think the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs, though, to be honest. It's tough now because the Chargers have clearly elevated.
Chargers are 2-0.
Good. The Broncos are good. I don't know if the Raiders are good, but it's going to be very difficult for the Chiefs to I think, even get a wild card.
Well, the Chiefs still have to play the Ravens, the Lions,
yes,
the Bills. Like the Chiefs have hard games. I mean, the Giants. I mean, you know what's so funny? The Giants.
Did you say the Giants?
I don't want to be like must win. Yeah, I know. Juggernauts left. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a good call, DK. Last thing on this, and we're over Tom, but we used a minute on Michael Jordan. Travis Kelce literally ruined the first 2 games. It is funny that Travis Kelce became the biggest story in America. Well, not in America, but in pop culture by marrying Taylor Swift, because literally Travis Kelce should have scored a touchdown against the Chargers, and he ran the wrong route and wasn't on the same page as Mahomes, and he catched that. They probably beat the Chargers week 1, and he should have caught a touchdown, and they tossed the ball off his face into the Eagles safety, and then he catches that. They probably beat the Eagles. So honestly, Travis Kelce's 2 plays away from the Chiefs being 2-0, which is funny. And he fucking knocked Xavier Worthy out in the 3rd play of the game of the season. So
I think
funny.
the Chiefs should go get Tyreek Hill again.
I actually think they should too. Honestly, I'll just do that one next. My next overreaction is Mike McDaniel is so pre-fired. Like 3 minutes on the clock. Like Mike McDaniel's. I actually think
it's like when you're like when someone's planning to break up with someone, but then they just kind of put it off for a little while.
Well, I actually, I don't know. If
we're going, we're going to be out of town next week. I'll just wait.
I can't remember a more bizarre energy out of a coach in press conferences for 2 straight weeks. He is the most despondent, scattered, distant person in these press conferences. He
doesn't make eye contact.
You have to kind of give this energy, like whether you're faking it or not. If you're a coach in these situations of like, we are locked in, we're not focused on the outside noise. Mike McDaniel seems so distracted and overwhelmed behind the scenes. It's like Cliff Kingsbury at the end of days in Arizona was like a husk of himself. I actually think this Thursday night football game between Dolphins and Bills, I think this is Mike McDaniel's last game as the Dolphins coach. I think he's going to.
They're going to lose by 40.
They're going to lose,
game, and
I maybe the team a little quitty on him, and I think he's going to get fired. And I say that for a few reasons, but one, it's a good window if Miami wants to do it because there is a gap. It's Thursday night football. Their next game's on Monday night. So they have like, what is that? It's like 11 days between games for a new coach. Also, at the end of the day, week 1, they got pretty embarrassed by Daniel Jones. First team in the 21st century to allow 10 possessions, 10 scores to open a season. And then they lose to the Patriots in Mike Vrabel in his first, week 2. And then this week, again, the Dolphins are 1-13 versus Bills in the last 14 games. And so if you start, you lose again to Buffalo. You've made no progress. You start 0-3. The playoffs are out of sight. You're last place in the AFC East already. And then on top of it, the Dolphins have spent as much money as the Eagles or 49ers in Mike McDaniel's tenures. They've spent money. They're not going to fire the GM because the Chris Gear's been there for 25 years. They're not going to get rid of Tua because Mike McDaniel convinced Stephen Ross to pay Tua. Stephen Ross, the owner, didn't want to do it. Mike McDaniel convinced him to do it. So I think McDaniel's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
I think he's a good example of how big of a difference and how much of a jump it is to go from like a coordinator or position coach to the head coach. It's a totally different job, incredible amount of responsibility, including being the face of the team, the CEO, the sort of spiritual leader, the person who's going to rally the team when they're down. It's so much harder when you're losing. You have to have a certain aura about you. And it does not appear that he has it. I'm not in their meetings or whatever, so I can't really tell, but like based on sort of everything we know about him, it's hard to imagine him being, like the leader of men, rally guys when they're low.
I can't imagine what the Dolphins players are thinking, watching him in those press conferences and whatever he's saying in the locker room. It is genuinely the weirdest energy I've ever seen from a coach. And he'll probably go on to be a great offensive coordinator on some team next year.
Right.
But like, can he go to the Eagles right now? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Can we trade him?
It's just.
But do you think Tyreek Hill gets traded mid-season?
I'd have to look at the contract, see if someone can fit him in. But like, if you're the Chiefs, yeah.
I mean,
kind of.
Schefter said that no one has called the Dolphins yet about him.
The Chiefs brought Kareem Hunt back, and Kareem Hunt sucks. He's awful.
Yeah.
Week 6, you bring back Rashee Rice, you get Tyreek Hill.
Now we're
Xavier
cooking.
Worthy.
Yeah.
That actually is the thing I meant to say about the Chiefs is like, I kind of wonder if Rashee Rice comes back and it'll be fine. Probably not though.
It'll be better.
The next one I want to roll through here are Craig.
Yeah. An overreaction I'm starting to believe a little bit is just like Ashton, Jeanty in general. I'm a little concerned.
This is like, Craig, I'm getting like deja vu about how mad I was about last year Breece Hall, and you kind of shitting on Breece Hall early in the season.
Can we clarify?
And
are you concerned?
I'm like, this is stupid. And then you kind of watch it yesterday and you're like, fuck, God.
It's twofold.
Craig might be right.
Also, I have him in our Ringer League. I took him in the second round. So I'm very invested in Ashton Jeanty. I think it's two things. I think the Raiders are failing Ashton Jeanty. Austin Gale here at the Ringer posted on Threads today, which I'm not on. He said, Ashton Jeanty is the only running back in the NFL with 20 plus carries, averaging negative yards before contact through 2 weeks. So obviously the Raiders are failing Ashton Jeanty. The yards before contact is actually worse this year than it was last year with Zamir White. But Zamir White was actually a little bit better than Ashton Jeanty even. Like just the first 2 weeks, Zamir White last year was averaging more yards per carry and more receptions and more yards than Ashton Jeanty. But while I do think the offensive line is a disaster, and we maybe overlooked that a little bit because of how tantalizing Jeanty was, I do think there's a little bit of body language stuff that's bothering me about Jeanty. I do think he looks a little fed up about this situation. I think he looks a little almost lackadaisical at times, kind of like low energy. When he has the ball and he hits a hole, he looks great. And I think he's a very good running back. However, there are moments, like there was a miscommunication with a handoff with Geno Smith on Monday night, and he kind of just gave up. Like he didn't panic, look to block somebody. He kind of just stood there, stopped walking. It's like the way he stands before they hand the ball off to him when he's just kind of in the back there, like Michael Myers. There is something about him. He kind of like half-assed a couple blocking assignments. It does seem a little like he's perhaps a little frustrated, and you can see it in his body language, and that's a little concerning to me.
They also took him off of third down work, right? 2-minute drill.
2-minute drill. This guy named Dylan Laube is in there, and I'm like, the 6th pick in the draft can't be in the 2-minute drill. He's not ready for that. Dylan Laube is.
Craig last night's just like texting, who is this white dude playing in the 2-minute drill? And I'm like, Craig, wait till you find out.
Didn't he go to New Hampshire? I remember
New Hampshire.
I met Dylan Loud right at the Senior Bowl, and it was like
Lob.
I don't know.
I think it's Loud. I think I asked him to his face because it was at the Senior Bowl and nobody was talking to him. We had a one-on-one conversation for 10 minutes because he went in the 7th round.
Lobe.
No one wanted to talk to him.
Lobe?
Yeah, I just talked to him for 10 minutes about just being a 7th round pick or whatever.
Austin said it's Laube.
Lobe. Anyway, the point being, I think this is fair. I will say, I think all our analysis on Jeanty was kind of accurate, where it's like, he's a great player. We don't really want to knock him for going in the first round because he's sick to watch, but also like teams that take running backs high, like you go into the situation. How did Saquon help the Giants win games? Did Christian McCaffrey help the Panthers win games? No. Like,
can't wait for Ashton Jeanty's second contract on a good team, man.
You know who helps the Cowboys win games? Zeke Elliott, because they're the best offensive line in the NFL.
No, you're totally right. But I don't like what I'm seeing from him from a body language
That's a fair snipe.
standpoint.
And it's interesting because, sorry, I know we're going over for a second, but Jeanty has the same problem a lot of quarterbacks do. These first 2 games are the worst he's ever performed in his entire life. He's probably never struggled in any game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of jokes about Ashton Jeanty when he's not going up against San Jose State and how he looks in the NFL. I still think he looks really good, and he does look good, trucking people and stuff like that. He just looks pretty frustrated. Also, he played 57% of the snaps this week. Don't know what that's about. I know they were down, but fucking give this guy the ball.
He's good in the passing game. That was part of the.
He was a receiver in high school.
He was a receiver in Texas.
He replaced Marvin Mims in high school, who had the most yards in the history of Texas high school football. Whatever, man. Yeah, I agree. Speaking of Texas, though,
Hampton, by the way, doesn't look great either.
Well, in general,
give him 2 months.
No, it takes a while. It's the lesson with rookies. You have to wait. However, there are 19 running backs with 100 yards rushing this year. None of them are rookies.
How many times did we say in the offseason, don't draft Aaron Hampton? We were, before Najee Harris had a fireworks incident, we were like, draft Najee Harris and flip him from Aaron Hampton in week 6. And then unfortunately Hampton shut up because Najee got hurt. But this was our thing. We're like, don't take a rookie. Wait for him to suck. And then get him in week 5. Same with a lot of these guys. Matthew Golden's a good example. Someone's going to cut Matthew Golden and it's going to be great later.
I still think Hampton looks good.
Yeah.
No, I do too.
I will say though, my next one, this is one I actually wish I'd put this higher in terms of how much I believe it. I think Brandon Aubrey, the Cowboys kicker, should be Offensive Player of the Year.
Through 2 weeks.
I think he's the best offense, even though he's on special teams. I think he's the best offensive player in the NFL. So there's so many aspects to this, but just to remind people, the NFL record, if you don't count the preseason kick from the Jaguars, the NFL record for a field goal is 66 yards. Justin Tucker bounced one in off the upright from 66. Brandon Aubrey.
Off of the crossbar?
Yeah, the crossbar, and it doinked in. Brandon Aubrey
so barely got it.
He barely. Brandon Aubrey from 64 yards to send the game to overtime, 64 yards, hit the fucking back wall.
It was halfway up.
It was going up.
Yeah.
It was
like Happy Gilmore on the driving range.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the most incredible player.
You should play at the Waterbury Inn tomorrow.
Dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will say, so he told...
Step right up and face the kicking ball whacker guy.
He told...
The amazing ball kicker guy.
We are in the golden age of kicking. There's a lot of things going on. Kickers are so much better than the kickers have ever been. They're also
don't forget the K-balls.
They're juicing the balls. We are in the juice ball era starting this season.
They are juicing the balls.
And again, balls are like baseball mitts. You got to break them in. And the NFL for the last 25 years made you break them in like an hour. Oh, Deacon's making a face, please. But you got to break a baseball mitt in. They gave him an hour to break the footballs in.
You got to massage them.
Yeah, you got to massage it. You gave him an hour. Now the team's got 60 balls at the beginning of the season. And they're like, yeah, just keep these all year. So like they're beaking the shit out of these balls. So it's kickers are better. Juiced balls. The coaches are seeing this and letting him kick from further than ever. So you get things like there are two numbers in particular I can't believe. There were double the 60-yard field goals. Last season had double the 60-yard field goals than the entire 20th century combined.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is 50-yard kicks in the 2000s were 53% conversion rate. So like that's Shaq at the free throw line. Through 2 weeks, 50-yard kicks are 84%. Which is Michael Jordan at the free throw line.
I'm to the point where if someone misses a 50-yarder, I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, 50, they're hitting 50-yard kicks 5 out of 6 times.
Eating my hot dog. Fucking make it.
Loser.
Like spill mustard on my shirt.
Make it, rookie.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then,
well, the Heifetz last year, I think I saw kickers. Maybe you already said this. Sorry, I don't listen to you. Kickers made more field goals last year than any other year ever. This was literally the most.
Yeah, because coaches see they're better and are kicking it more. And it's funny now. I feel like there's only
which is bad for the sport, by the way. Well, we don't want to watch this.
Isn't it funny though? There's only two kinds of kickers: weapons from 60 yards and guys who can't make PATs. Anyway,
they have the yips.
What were you gonna say, Craig?
I would like to insert a mini take into Power Hour right now.
Please.
That I want to tell you guys. I think now the kickoff rule is stupid and it's gone way too far, and getting the ball at the 35-yard line sucks.
So it's completely, so I agree, because these things have happened in the same timeline. The NFL is moving it used to be you get a touchback, it goes to the 20. And then now you get a touchback, it's the 35. So they moved it up 15 yards. In the same...
And now kickers are better than ever, and they get to, with these kicking balls. So now Brandon Aubrey can easily hit a 65-yard field goal, which means now you get the ball at the 35. You need to go 15 yards, and then you are within range of a 67-yard field goal.
You can go 10 yards. Like, literally, the Dallas Cowboys... Brandon Aubrey... honestly, think about it this way. It used to be obvious that field goal range required you get into the other team's territory. You no longer have to cross the 50 to be in field goal range. Brandon Aubrey told Schottenheimer in pregame at that Giants game, he was like, just anything at the 50, like, it's fine. Like, it wasn't like, I can do it. It was like, it's not a question.
The kickoffs, to me, they don't resemble football anymore. It doesn't make any sense. Honestly, no kickoffs. You just start on the 25. That's what we should do.
I like having more kickoffs. I like that the kickoff is back in play. I think it's fun to have special teams again in football.
I just think that the field position is ridiculous. Now with the way the kickoffs are set, where like nobody can move, it's like if you catch the ball and return it, you're going to get that on the 35 or 40 half the time. Now, if it's a touchback, you're on the 35. You're basically just always in field goal range. And honestly, you can feel it starting to mess with like fourth down decision making, because now if you score a touchdown or you kick a field goal and you know you have to kick off now, factoring in that these teams are basically going to get the ball at the 35-yard line and are going to be 15 yards within field goal range is kind of making things trickier. It's like you basically need to stop them immediately, or else if they get one first down, they're basically in field goal range. I just think it sucks.
Do you like having touchbacks, or do you just like what they've done with the kickoff for the season, DK? Because it's worked. It literally last year, I think you went from, I believe, top of my head, like 1/3 of kicks were returned last year. And then this year, it's 3/4 of kicks are being returned. So it has succeeded.
You know what I do during kickoffs? I go to the bathroom. I don't need them.
That's what they're trying to change.
Well, they're like, that's
Get rid of
literally
them.
the point.
Right.
DK, do you like that the kickoffs and what they've done with it?
The games are faster without them. Get rid of them.
I think I understand what Craig is saying in terms of just the math, in terms of how to stop a team if they're going to come back and kick a field goal after gaining 10 yards. That is kind of weird. But at the same time, if it leads to teams going for touchdowns more, I think that's a good thing, honestly. I don't really like watching field goal attempts, and I think it's boring. So I think it kind of goes both ways, where if we go back to the old rules with touchbacks coming to the 20 or whatever, there's going to be less scoring, and I want scoring. So I don't know. I disagree with this, I think.
Okay. I like teams working to get into field goal range. To me, I feel like that's half the battle, is like, can a team do it? And now it's like
it used to be miraculous if you could do it in 20 seconds, right? Now it's just like make one.
That's
play.
what I think has changed the most. And I don't think this is honestly a huge conversation that affects most of the game. What's totally changed is the final 2 minutes of each half, because the calculus on how much time you need to get in scoring range is like the Chiefs-Bills thing is going to look quaint in 10 years, where it's like they scored a field goal in 13 seconds. It's like, now you're going to be able to do that. If you have a timeout, you're going to be able to get in field goal range in 5 seconds. Literally, you will be able to get in field goal range if you have a timeout in 5 seconds. If you have one of the, right now, I guess there's like 6 or 7 kickers which is crazy to say out loud, but there are 6 or 7 kickers that see, especially with the K-balls being juiced, that feel like they can make a 66-yard field goal, which is the NFL record. But I think I think the record's going to be broken 3 or 4. I think the record could be broken 2 or 3 times this season.
It's just starting to feel a little ridiculous. Like, I kind of like came to in the middle of a game, and I was like, they get the ball to 35.
Well, so I think
35% of the way towards the end zone.
The thing that illustrates
without
this
doing anything
to me is the thing that illustrates it to me is the relic of the penalty of if you kick the ball out of bounds on the kickoff. The punishment is you have to give them the ball at the 40. Which was a big deal when the touchback was at the 20.
Now it doesn't even matter.
It's kind of funny to me now that rule has stayed the same, where it's like the touchback is the 35 and the punishment for kicking it out of bounds is the 40.
But it's like you can't even worsen the punishment, because then what, you're going to give somebody the ball at the 50?
What I don't understand, I don't understand, and I think teams are really being not creative enough with, is they should be really aggressive at booting the ball, because the rule is the ball has to touch the ground, the number can run. They should be sending flying balls at, God, the way I said that's kind of funny, but they should just be like firing the football at these guys in the corner, with the idea being you want to try to like
pegging them in the head.
Yeah, but you want to just basically put them in the situation of trying to field it. And if it goes out of bounds, oh no, at the 40, but the upside, you're risking 5 yards if it goes out of bounds. But the upside is you could try to pin them inside the 15. And I think teams should be way more aggressive and creative about trying to pin the returners in weird positions, because just sacrifice the 5 yards at the 40. It's like, who cares?
I don't want like half of the strategy to be like, how can we pin the receiving the punt returner or the kick returner on a kickoff? I'm like, I just want to see an offense have to go down the field and score.
The broader context of this,
can we game the system?
The NFL felt the need to respond to concussions, and they looked at concussions and they were like, why are half the concussions on this stupid play where everyone's going to take a piss?
Yeah, I get it.
On
just
kickoffs.
Get rid of them.
And so they're like trying to find a solution out of that problem, where they're like, we can say we eliminated concussions and get people to watch more, win-win. And so this is the result. But it's weird. Again, scoring position's been completely redefined at the end of the half, which is just crazy. It's just weird that you can, like, Brandon Aubrey's going to kick a field goal this season from the Cowboys' 45-yard line, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I mean, it's obviously cool and it's an advantage for the Cowboys, but I don't know. It just kind of bothers me.
All right. Next, overreaction after 2 weeks. Craig.
I think Travis Hunter was a Siren song, and he's a number 3 wide receiver and a number 3 cornerback on his team. And the jokes about he's expensive Wan'Dale Robinson or he's Cole Beasley on offense or something. I don't know, man. The guy averages 3.9 yards per target this year. He is playing 60% of snaps on offense, which is behind, just for reference, this is how much Travis Hunter's playing on offense. He is playing less snaps percentage-wise than Xavier Hutchinson, Micah Wilson, Sterling Shepard, Tyler Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Andre Yoshivas. And so I'm like, okay, if you're doing that, and then he's also playing like 60% of the snaps on defense, which he did last week, I don't know what the point is. You're getting 2 backup players for the 2nd overall pick in the draft? I don't understand.
This was always the downside, or like the bear case on doing this, right? Like, you get 2 okay players on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
It's too early. I think it's like too early to actually make this judgment, but this is like the bad version of what we're doing here. Like what they wanted to do is that he's just gonna be a jack of all trades, master of none.
A jag of all trades.
Jag of all
trades. I am on record as being more excited about Travis Hunter as a prospect than anyone. And I can't really argue with anything Craig's saying. He's a rookie. It's 2 weeks. It's like any other rookie, blah, blah, blah. But to Craig's point, and again, even bigger picture, it's like probably unrealistic to like maybe a second season is when you really want to start judging, is this working? However, to Craig's point, yeah, like if it's November this year or realistically November next year and Travis Hunter is still that's tough. He's playing less than Andre Yoshivas and whatever. Maybe it's unrealistic to expect it to immediately out of the gate work on both sides.
Andre Yoshivas.
But you're right. Like the composer.
It's like, okay.
The financier, the composer. No, but you're right. Like the worst case scenarios you traded, what they give up a future first and more to move up. Yeah. They paid for 2 players, which
and a second, I think.
Even I didn't like the trade because you're paying as if he can definitely do this instead of he could. One of the reasons I like Travis Hunter was the upside was if he's good at both, it's a quarterback contract. You're creating a quarterback value deal. The downside, to Craig's point, is you traded like you could do both, but you're actually getting the equivalent of like a really good 4th round pick or 5th round pick on both sides of the ball, which is a catastrophe. And I got to say, I will say this. If it doesn't work, I do wonder if there will be an organizational pressure to make it work rather than switch him and kind of capitulate to him being a one-way player when the Jaguars GM, Doogie Howser, kind of paid as if he'd play both one way. But I agree, Craig. It's not ideal.
It's tough. And look, this is week 2 overreactions. Maybe it'll change. But I personally don't think it's possible that he's going to play 70 snaps on either side of the ball. And I think they just need to pick. And to be honest, he should probably be just a wide receiver.
And also the other funny part about it is that the Jaguars traded up to the 2nd pick and didn't take Micah Abdul Carter.
I know. That's the other thing is they gave up the opportunity to draft Abdul Carter.
So anyway,
I think that's fair. The last one here, and then we can move on. This isn't a take. This is just an earnest question to you guys. I don't even have a take. I just would like to be vulnerable about my Giants fandom. And I have an actual question for you guys. And we'll start with Dana Kelly. Should the Giants have released Daniel Jones?
This is fucking hilarious.
Well, I think there's shades to that answer, right? Because couldn't they have tried to trade him earlier or something like that when he had more value, and then they ended up just like cutting him for nothing? I can't remember. No,
they overpaid him on the contract, right? And then they cut him, which is both saving money and cost. It's like saving money, but there's dead. So this season, the Giants' dead cap for Daniel Jones is $20 million. It's more than the Colts are paying him, $14 million. But it did save them because they were going to pay him $40. So they basically got to save 20, but they'd also still sunk cost 20. But I am and again, he's bad. Like, I don't think he's playing that well. However, I do watch this and also Russell Wilson played well, but I do watch this and be like, I don't know.
Be nice to have a guy like that right now.
It's just really annoying that Daniel Jones' final 15 games, he went like 3-12. And I'm like, now he's
what I was going to say, Heifetz, is this is like asking, should the Jets have released Sam Darnold or should the Browns have gotten rid of Baker Mayfield? Yeah. Like none of those guys were going to succeed in those environments.
Yeah. To me, this says 2 things. One, Anthony Richardson was worse than we thought. My God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Holy shit. Like
Craig, they haven't punted yet.
If Daniel Jones steps in and you are immediately the best team in the league, holy shit, Anthony Richardson funny. Was a disaster.
The Colts, Austin had a good story at the Ringer this week that has a bunch of stats from the week, one of which that blew my doors off was that the Colts are the only team to ever not punt in their first 2 games. I think this was
the only team ever.
And it's cheating a little because they turn over in downs twice. Regardless, they still do lead the NFL in points per drive and EPA per drive.
Yeah. Also, I think Shane Steichen, we have to give him a little bit more credit and realize that when he left Philadelphia, because the last year in Philadelphia, he was incredible. The Eagles were 14-3. That was the year they went to this, lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And that was their best offensive season overall, was with Steichen. And he's just had not a lot to work with since coming to Indianapolis. And I think we're seeing now what he is capable of doing with the Daniel Jones type that is kind of similar to a Jalen Hurts type.
I think the Colts defense is more legit than the offense. I also think this is the Saints from last year where they start 2-0 and look amazing. And like, I just don't think this is real for Indianapolis.
Do you really think that? Do you think, like, how many wins do you think the Colts will have this year?
I'd be really surprised if it was more than 10. I think they could win the division 9 or 10, but like I don't think they're an 11-win team. I think the defense with Lou and Arumo is really interesting what they're doing, but I don't think Daniel Jones even a month from now is going to be like, oh my God, he's playing so well. I think
because the Saints went 2-0 and then finished the season with only 5 wins. So you're saying the Colts will still be twice as good as what happened.
I'm saying that there's I think their ceiling's 10 wins. Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I think
how many
the
games
floor
did they win last year?
I'm saying the ceiling is 10 wins. I think the floor is like 5 or 6.
I think it's such an interesting situation because on one, it just really truly depends on how you look at this. Because I think the reason I was, and I think a lot of people were upset that they decided to go with Daniel Jones is because they drafted Anthony Richardson, knowing full well that he was a project. They said this when they drafted him.
They played him 4 games in.
And then they fucking gave up on him after like a year. And I understand the context of maybe he just wasn't putting in the work necessary or whatever. Like maybe that is actually what happened. But to give up on the guy who they self-described as a project, and you know what I mean? Like this is the same situation where it's like we're making fun of the Falcons, even though it probably ended up being the right move to draft Michael Penix and have that succession plan in play. You can still talk about the process that went into this, and you're like, why the fuck did you give Kirk Cousins $100 million? Why the fuck did you draft Anthony Richardson, that type of quarterback, if you're just going to give up on him after a year? Or 2 years or whatever. But so that's like, I think depends on how you look at this. Obviously, I think we got to give Steichen credit for picking the right quarterback to run his offense, but I'm still kind of annoyed at like just how that all went down.
The Ringer Fantasy Football Show is brought to you by FanDuel. Football fans, every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel. Because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown score or bet before the game between the Dolphins and Bills kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last touchdown of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Again, the Bills' last 14 games versus the Dolphins, the Bills are 13-1 versus Miami. And the one loss was when the game was 120 degrees and all the players fell down in the fourth quarter because they all had like heat poisoning. Buffalo destroys Miami. Kind of think Mike McDaniel might get fired at the end of this game. So I would just bet on the Bills. Josh Allen, James Cook, not groundbreaking, but I think they're going to score the first and last touchdown in this game. And James Cook's going to score in this game, as is Josh Allen probably. So this Thursday, any play can be the play of the game with FanDuel. That's FanDuel.com/RingerFantasy for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Okay, let's get into a couple other things. The Ringer Fantasy League.
Yeah.
We'll just give a quick update.
Sure.
2-0.
You want
to do it?
You want me to do it? You want to do it?
Go for it.
Sal is an absolute wagon, 2-0. There are 3 2-0 teams. It is Sal. It is our very own Daniel Heifetz. And it is also Mal. Everybody else, including DK and I, are 1-1. And then CR, Van, and Bill are 0-2. Bill is in 9th. And Bill is playing Sal this week. So Bill is kind of facing an uphill battle. But Sal's team is looking like... Yeah, Sal's team's looking like an absolute juggernaut.
Things are actually quietly going well for Bill because of so many quarterbacks.
We got an email from
Andy.
Andy.
The shoe is on the other foot.
We got an email
from
everyone.
None of his got hurt, right? He has Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix.
I think he cut Stafford or something. I don't know.
He cut
Stafford.
Did
he drop Stafford?
Which is funny because then all the quarterbacks got hurt. So yeah, but Andy emailed in saying this is what Bill Simmons has been waiting for. And how many trade offers has Bill been sent? Which is
pretty
probably
done
none.
now, huh?
Yeah.
King of the castle.
But yeah, we'll see. Sal versus Bill will be a great matchup.
I hope he crushes him. Okay. Fantasy Court is in session.
Wonderful.
All right.
Do we have the drop?
Definitely don't tell anyone about this thing that you're doing.
I don't really want to be handcuffed.
The definition of an object is a material thing that can be seen and touched.
Correct tone. By the way,
that's important.
I was told by friend of the show, Kyle, that was when we were talking about the cloud. We looked up object.
Is a cloud an object?
It is a material thing that can be seen or touched.
Well, a cloud can be seen.
It can.
It just can't be touched.
It can be touched.
No, sorry. It is a material. I don't know if I said that in a sound drop. It's a material thing that can be seen and touched.
Can you touch a cloud?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, can you touch something if you don't feel it?
But it's like wet.
Oh, well, this gets back to the other thing. Is fog a cloud?
Well, are you, DK, can you touch oxygen?
What are we doing now?
Oxygen?
No, but is fog a cloud? I always thought fog was a ground cloud. And then I was told
but
if
you fall through a cloud, Craig, you're going to get wet.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with skydiving through a cloud.
But that's if it's raining. If you skydive through a regular white puffy cloud, you're going to get wet.
Maybe not a white puffy
DK,
one,
are you touching the air right now?
God damn it.
Yeah.
You are.
I mean, technically.
Well, then if you're touching the air, then you can certainly touch a cloud.
There we go. That's like a.
Are you saying air is an object?
No, because you can't see it.
Is air an object?
You can't see it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, air can be considered an
Get the
object in
fuck
a scientific sense because it is composed of matter, possessing mass and occupying space.
But, Your Honor, according to Webster's dictionary, an object must be seen and touched.
I don't know.
All right. This concludes fantasy.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
This is one of those things where like it's funny to talk about, but I don't actually want to think about it.
Should I even read it
Also,
anything
like,
more?
who cares?
That was pretty
Yeah.
good, actually. I don't
Let's
know.
keep
if
going.
it's gonna
Let's
top
get
that.
let's get to the court.
Let's do it.
I don't know. That was kind of good.
We still don't know what a cloud is, for fuck's sake.
All
And
I
that's
know is
fine.
that it allegedly weighs 1 billion pounds. False. Give me a break. Give me a break.
This one's from Austin.
Austin!
What's up, fellas? Breakfast this morning: white chocolate macadamia nut Cliff Bar and a zero sugar monster. What a combo,
Interesting combo.
I actually, people fucking get after it in the morning.
dude! I love the breakfast thing. It is such
Yeah,
a window
it's-
into your life. It's incredible.
I love it.
People like, yeah, just getting up and
People don't
fucking
give a- it's like
slamming monsters.
Dr. Pepper and a McGriddle, and I'm ready to fucking cook.
Jesus.
I love it.
My question is more of a fantasy ethics issue than a fantasy court issue. I'm the commissioner of 3 leagues in my workplace, which is also wild.
Wow.
And
Well,
this
that
year we added
sounds awful.
We added several people who are not only new to fantasy, but new to football as a whole. We did our best to help them draft reasonable teams, but now that we're 2 weeks into the season, I've started thinking about trades. My question is, what is the proper etiquette if I wanted to trade for someone for one of the teams managed by someone who doesn't really know anything about football? Obviously, I don't want to intentionally fleece someone in a trade if they don't know any better, but I'm also trying to get my team as good of a deal as humanly possible. Do you have any insights to help me save from a potential mutiny? Which sounds like he's trying to push the limit as much as he can possibly get to a trade not being vetoed while taking advantage of someone who doesn't know anything about football. And he's trying to thread the needle here, for being honest.
This is business ethics.
Business ethics. His questions is like, what's the best
ethics.
fleecing I can get away with on these schmucks?
Yeah,
who
where's
don't
the
know
line?
ball? Yeah.
I mean, maybe there needs to be like an impartial ombudsman who has to look at the trade or something like that.
Well, yeah, what I
because-
was going to say is, and sometimes in these situations, if you're dealing with someone who doesn't feel confident that they know what they're doing, is you can send them like a screenshot of a trade grade or whatever from any of the different platforms. And it's like, see, look, this is somewhat reasonable on both sides. And that gives them the
Here's
presence
why
of,
this is
or
good
that
for
gives
you.
them, yeah, totally.
Oh my God.
This is actually bad for me.
Oh my God,
Like,
dude,
like,
dude,
we're-
dude.
like,
I'm
I'm doing you a favor.
One of those,
actually.
there's a Dynasty Leagues version of those, one called Keep Trade Cut. And a
Yeah.
league I'm in, one of the guys, Dustin, is a web designer. And I don't know what he does. I don't know what you do, Dustin, if you're listening. But he made a website that looks exactly like Keep Trade Cut, but he called it like Drop Swap Hop or whatever. And he just made the calculator so that like all the
makes it look
players
like
on like
everything.
one of the guys' teams in our league, he would always lose. And so
It's a deep
it
fake.
would always equal. Like no matter what, the trade would always be equal. And he sends screenshots from this like identical looking website.
That's fucking sociopathic.
It was the fun. No, it's so funny.
Did he actually like
Very
conduct
enterprising.
trades?
He almost convinced someone to make a trade because
my
anything you
God.
plug in ends up being equal.
There's like, there's no way that's correct.
It's so funny. Yeah, anyway, I think this is an easy fantasy court where like you have to think long term. You can just fleece someone.
This
who
is
doesn't
your work.
know anything about. Yeah, well, that's it. If you're gonna leave the job soon, whatever, man. I will.
Also, is the person you're trading with your subordinate or your boss?
That's true. If they're subordinate, fuck them. If you're the boss,
Yeah, who
be
cares?
careful. I think we do get this version of a question a lot. My answer is always the same. Not to be all mushy gushy about it, but the purpose of when you have a couple people in a league who are new and like don't either completely new to fantasy or in this case new to football, not to be all like sappy about it. The goal is not to fucking steal Tyler Warren from them or Tucker.
Yes, it is.
The goal is to make
goal is
them
to win the game.
Crush them. The goal is to get them to like fantasy football so they keep playing in your league. And so if you actually want, I assume, and maybe I'm wrong, if this person joined the league, you convinced them to join because they didn't like football and they're in your league. I assume you wanted this person in. So don't immediately turn them against you because they realized 3 weeks later you robbed them is probably a bad idea. Or just go and win. Fuck it. But I think you have to pick. Either decide if you want them to like fantasy football and care about it and then nurture or just fleece them, but don't do anything in the middle. Fucking pick which side of the fence you're on.
You gotta create a paper trail. Take some pictures for yourself of trade simulators. So if the league revolts, you can show them the receipts that said, "Look, this looked like a pretty fair trade according to this, that, or the other." Build a paper trail.
Send the trade to us. We'll act as the board.
Oh yeah, we're the board.
This guy's the CEO of the company, and we're the board.
That's good. We'll approve the trade. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that, and we can
There's
hold
checks and
accountable.
balances here.
Yeah,
that's smart. Okay, all right, there you go to Austin. We'll approve the trade. He's probably like, I'm not going to do it now.
Austin, Venmo is $20 each. I'll approve any trade.
Yeah.
Also, just don't be a piece of shit.
Dude, there's a sign. What's that? What's this show David Simon made about Times Square and the invention of porn?
Oh, the Deuce?
The Deuce.
Yeah, the Deuce.
There's a scene in the Deuce where the lawyer is like,
the
you have to give me $1.
They didn't invent porn in the 80s or the 70s.
Well, it's like the invention
Porn's been around. It's been in the woods.
It's in the 70s. It's like the invention of, it's like prostitutes.
No, I know.
Porn on video,
they didn't invent
perhaps.
pornography in that time era, but whatever.
Okay. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes, I do
There's been
understand what
porn
you're saying.
for
I was
probably-
being a jerk.
Video porn.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Actually, you know what's
Okay.
funny? When he says, in my mind, porn is video, and I don't even think of magazine. So the idea of still images counting as porn is so funny to me. But I guess the
No, you
DK
gotta
is
flip-
essential.
Still,
Were there ever porn flip books? Was that ever a thing?
where
you could,
flip books?
Yeah, where you not flip books. Where you could like
you can feel?
like a picture book where you're like you fly through the pages very quickly and it creates like a quick scene.
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Craig,
Was that ever a thing?
that's a good call.
I don't know, Craig. I've never experienced that, but I bet it's a thing. People
It's a
are
good idea.
enterprising, when they get.
The only problem with that is you need two hands to do that.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the
I think
purpose.
never
You
mind.
could probably figure out a one.
There's our
one
answer right
handed.
now.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. What are those called? Flip books? Picture?
Flip books.
What are those
I think.
called?
Yeah, flip books.
Yeah, flip books. All right.
In Robin Hood Men in Tights, there's like a blind guy and he's using like
Blinken.
a tablet that Blinken's
incredible
got
movie.
like a thing where he's like braille pornography. I don't know.
That movie is
Yeah.
unbelievable. Okay.
Hey Blinken. Did you say A Blinken? I don't know why I think that's the funniest fucking joke. Hey Blinken.
Oh my God. All right. Okay. So there's your fantasy court. We'll be the board. But yeah, just if you're wondering about that same thing, just either rob them blind or get them to like it, but don't waffle in the middle. A couple emails here. Bleep alternatives. We asked for
Wait,
things.
who's this from?
Oh, sorry, David.
D-Bone.
Some people suggested this. The conversations we were going to be like, what should we do instead of a bleep noise? Because bleeps are kind of annoying. We're going to bleep stuff. David and a couple others emailed us. The search is over. We found it. David says your bleep option should be the timeless Gus Johnson, Jack Sawyer interception clip. And every time we say something, it's like Jack Sawyer.
Interception.
That should be our bleep.
That's just kind of long. But yeah.
It's arguably more obnoxious than a
It is.
bleep noise.
What
but
about a
I
Mike
like
Breen
it.
bang?
Oh, bang. Oh, I thought you guys would love that. The other option someone sent in then was, I'm trying to remember. Oh, damn. I just kind of read that first. I'm like, well, that's it. I guess, it occurred to me you guys wouldn't want that.
Well,
Or we could do a Stroud.
that's a guy.
It's got to be one word.
Heifetz mispronouncing maestro was a suggestion. Maestro, whatever. I still don't get it. Still don't know.
Play calling maestro.
Tony Romo, bizarre sounds he makes during the game that aren't words. Was a good one. The gong. Anyway. Okay, I guess these aren't as funny as
Collinsworth just moaning.
Yeah, Collinsworth mode. Just sounds from broadcast is pretty funny. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
Okay. Got an email here from
Mike. I like Spencer Rattler, Mike. He's good.
This guy.
Mike Spencer Rattler's got some juice.
I love it. Like during the middle of a play, he goes, "Oh!"
When Lamar's scrambling around, he's like, "Oh."
All right.
Every Sunday night game, by the way, is a game that Chris Collinsworth says, "Have you ever seen a game like this, Mike?" I have never seen a game
How does he get himself into such a good mood every fucking game?
Probably $1
I
million
love that
a
about
week will do it.
That I mean, that's true.
I got a story here about a bachelor party. When we go,
Okay.
also just
All right.
bring in Jeanty spelling bee. What do you want to do?
How good is this story?
It was pretty good.
Let's hear
All right. This is from Matthias.
Matthias.
Embum.
Matthias?
So Matthias says, I am a Packers fan from Paraguay, and I swear
cool.
this is a true story, which is usually how the best emails begin. None of my friends are football fans, so you can just read this. It's fine. He says, I went to and again, this story is because I went to a bachelor party over the weekend and pulled my hamstring because my stupid friend Mike made me run a 100-meter dash. So Matthias writes, I went to my best friend's bachelor party, and we did what we usually do here in Paraguay for these kinds of events. One of the guys from the friend group had a barbecue at his house, and then we went to a strip club.
So pretty standard.
Yeah, pretty,
That's also what we do here.
So Matthias writes, I don't drink alcohol. It's not like for religion or anything like that. I just don't like drinking. So I'm usually the designated driver of the friend group, and I was driving us that night. I'm not a strip club expert, but even I could tell that the strip club sounded kind of shady throughout the day. You could only get, so they're at the barbecue, I guess, and he's realizing you could only get to the strip club if you had a previously appointed reservation, like an appointment. Which is odd.
Red flag.
And he says only one of our friends knew where the strip club was located. So he's just giving me directions while I'm driving.
Off the map?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're getting closer to the place. And one of the guys from the friend group, let's call him Michael, starts telling us about how he actually knows this neighborhood because this is where his grandma used to live.
Oh,
in the area.
Sweet Christ.
And after driving around for 10 more minutes,
Don't say it.
We finally
Don't
get
say
to the
it.
strip club. And it turns out the strip club is not near Michael's grandmother's house. The strip club is Michael's grandmother's house.
What?
She's running a strip club, or is she participating
madam
in the strip
or something?
club?
Yeah.
That's what I
So
thought.
it's like
first.
that strip club in Atlanta where it's older women doing the majority of the stripping.
So Matthias writes, I will never forget in my entire life the shock on Michael's face. We get into the house, and this stripper walks down this long staircase into the backyard to welcome us. And Michael turns to me and says that his uncle used to walk down that same staircase on Christmas dressed as Santa Claus.
So,
Oh my God,
this other friend knew about this strip club.
I think the
That
grandparents...
was Michael's grandmother's house.
I think the grandparents passed, and
Sold.
whoever bought it made it a strip club.
Got it.
And then he showed up for the strippers at his grandmother's house. Which isn't as funny as if the grandmother was a madame. Or whatever.
This
madam.
sounds like just a funny dream someone had. It's like I dreamt that my grandma's house was a strip club.
House, yeah.
Yeah, imagine trying to have a good time at your kitchen table.
You know how you still have, this is always kind of weird to me. Like I always have dreams. In my dreams, I'm at my old house where I grew up. Do you guys ever have that? Instead of like my current house, I'm always in my old houses. For some
sometimes
reason.
not anything consistent like
I think
that.
it's so bizarre. And it's a strip club and it's weird.
Oh, anyway, he stayed for 5 hours and got 6
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. Also,
truly-
I didn't even really realize that. Is it so? It was a strip club. It was a house.
It was like an
converted into a
underground strip club?
or was it like a something?
Bordello.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Lost in translation, Craig.
I didn't know there were houses that could be strip clubs.
Oh.
I'll have to look into that. Yes, honey, just go to my buddy's house. Here's the address. Nothing shady about this. See, it's an address of a house.
It's perfect actually for these days, these times when everyone gets
genius
tracked
idea.
everywhere.
Find My Friends era. That is the act. I do think Find My Friends is the biggest difference that our generation has versus older ones. Is like, you know what? Honestly, the older people listening, you can call it Craig and I's generation fucking snowflakes. You motherfuckers were never tracked everywhere you went. Ever.
Yeah.
Never. Don Draper could never survive today. This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. You can watch every game every Sunday all in one place, so you don't miss a key moment on the field with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. And now you can get it monthly. Get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel any time. Head to youtube.com/ringerfantasy to sign up. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games. Excludes digital-only games. Base plan required. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season only. Your membership for the following month can be canceled anytime before your renewal date. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Commercial use excluded. I want to bring in Kai for the Gen Z spelling bee, which is something we've been trying to do for, I don't know, months. Kai, look at this hero.
How's it going? How are y'all?
So,
are you in studio, Kai, right now?
Yeah,
in LA?
studio at
Nice. Nice setup.
Yeah, no, this is my home. So. This is KG.
Kai's newly moved to LA.
Yeah, look at you, Kai.
Hell yeah, man.
Yep,
So
I'm back.
We're gonna do, Kai. We actually have been people emailing us asking where you are, so this is thrilling. We're gonna do something
I'm alive.
fun called the Gen Z spelling bee, and just to get out of it, it's not literally a spelling bee. DK is not going to spell anything, but Kai is going to introduce some Gen Z slang because I think we've all felt a little out of touch with what the kids are saying.
Because Kai,
me especially,
you are smack dab in the middle of Gen Z. How old are you?
So I'm 26 years old, coming up on 27, so very washed. Admittedly, this is a lot of Gen A slang. Like I'm Gen Z. But Gen A is like even,
We're also not
Gen
calling
A
them
the
Gen
same
Alpha.
as Gen Alpha.
They're Gen Beta. We do not get. They're not getting. They have to earn the Alpha title.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, but
Totally.
Okay, so explain to me how this is going to work. Because Heifetz and Kai, you guys have been planning this. How does this work?
I think Heifetz, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a series of words and sentences. I'll start with the word, see if DK just can get it off the rip, and then if he can't, I'll provide the sentence, and then we'll go from there.
So a spelling
the goal
bee
for me is to figure out what the fuck these.
Yeah,
kids
so
are
DK,
saying.
it's not actually spelling bee. DK has to guess what this word means. And then Kai will tell him, and if not, like a spelling bee, DK can say, can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes, and I scoured the internet for these sentences. They
So
are not mine.
These are real sentences
kind of like how
Kai found in the internet.
How many of these words did you already know?
That's a great question.
How many of these do you use in your everyday life?
I mean, very, very slim. A few,
but they're used though. These are
absolutely.
Once he pointed them out to me, I've seen them. They're not like random. Someone made it once. There are words that once I search them, I'm like, oh my god, these are really being used. Like these
Kai
are in
used
those
one. When we were on LA a couple weeks ago, Kai used one in a meeting room. I won't say it because maybe he'll bring it back up. The one that starts with a B.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
So
I don't have that on the list, but that could be maybe. And see how this goes. It could be.
I also think
DK already knows. So
Craig,
it's not as fun.
If you or I don't know them, I think we can join. But if we do know them, let's not say what the definition is.
I remember which one you're.
But without further ado, what is it?
Is it big bag or big back?
No, it's big back. It's big back.
I actually don't know what that one is.
I still don't.
For example, when we were in the office, we were all there in a meeting talking whatever, and I was just ordering Panda Express and thinking about Panda Express, and I was like, hey, not to be big back, but if anyone else wants some Panda Express, I'm going to order some.
You'll turn to
that
shock.
one I would never have gotten in a million years.
So
all right, let's do this.
Yeah, so Kai, let's do it. So without further ado, give him the word, and then DK, you're going to guess, and then you'll get a little help.
I would like to state, first of all, I think I know a good deal of them, and I'm still going to be terrible at this. I would say for people who are 43, I'm probably in the upper percentile of how much Gen Z slang I know.
But this is a bold proclamation.
But I'm also a total boomer.
Yeah.
So let's
I honestly hope you get these. It would be funnier if
I
you
don't
do.
think I'm going to.
All right, DK, if you need help, request it in a sentence.
Clanker.
Oh yeah, I know Clanker.
Clanker?
Clanker.
I haven't heard this one.
I fucking love Clanker.
Clanker is
So
the
fucking
funniest thing I've ever heard. When
Okay,
I
let me
first
hear it
saw
in a
it,
sentence.
I just I lost it.
Clanker.
Okay. When we're in the Clanker War and I come across Wally,
Fuck.
Come on.
and it's this is I'm sad that this is happening. We're in the Clanker War and I just I run into Wally and I gotta take him out.
DK, one day there's a chance that your son dates a Clanker, and that would be a nightmare.
Is that a robot?
It's like a robot slur.
It's a derogatory term for basically AI. It's fucking Clanker.
It's all those Boston Robotics videos of they can do jujitsu now and backflips. It's people call them clankers.
It's so fucking
In
good.
20 years, it's going to be actually, you can't say clanker.
Yeah, it's a legit slur for robots.
There's a bunch of other robot slurs too.
Clanker.
I think we just needed one, but
Oh my God. Did you tell me that my son might be dating a clanker?
You never know.
You can't call her that, Dad.
Yeah.
Dad, we don't say that anymore. Clanker. Oh God.
Yeah, Clanker's really good. People will just like record.
You are not
videos.
bringing home a clanker.
Not under my roof.
When you're 18, you can date a clanker.
Go out into the world. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was something that immediately was just like, all right, this is going to get taken way too far.
Clanker is also,
It's the perfect word choice.
when we were doing this, it sounds like it's
like crying.
when if you search Clanker on social media, the funniest shit pops up.
Yeah, there's some great sentences out there.
That's really funny.
Like,
Yeah, Clanker's
DK,
good.
you wouldn't get in a Waymo, and you're like, because you hate
I'm not
clankers.
getting into that Clanker.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You see a Waymo, you're like, who's getting in that Clanker?
By the way, for the record, I don't know if we talked about this. Craig made me he tricked me into doing a Waymo, and it was terrifying.
to doing a Waymo.
That's why we did the Gen Z spelling. bee.
Taking a Waymo? What's the verb?
All right, Kai, incredible job.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I
having sex
have
with the
several
Waymo.
more, so
Let's
you
go.
just tell me when to stop.
Keep going,
Please
yeah.
keep
Um,
going.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2 words here. It's a compound sentence here. Chopped is 1 word, okay?
Okay.
So start thinking. And then unk is another word.
Okay, so Unk is just like an old guy.
Yeah. Unk's like uncle. Yeah.
I've seen this used, like Unk was on one or something like that. You know, like they're talking about like some old fogey, as you will.
One of the funniest things too is like on TikTok, if there's like an older guy and he's just doing something crazy, like there was some video where this guy had like a Dr. Pepper and a McGriddle and it was just like a vibe at like 8 a.m. and it's like, all right, Unk, I see you.
I see people refer to LeBron as Unk a
Yeah,
lot.
LeBron's definitely Unk. Honestly, when I turn 27, I'll be Unk. So that's unfortunate.
Start calling Kai Unk. What was the other one? Chopped?
Chopped.
Well, I know the cooking show Chopped.
Yeah, it's not that.
I don't know that one. I've never
Okay,
heard
I'll
that
use
one.
it in a sentence. Just found out I'm chopped and also Unk.
Chopped is like washed?
No, it's ugly.
Oh, that's
There's
really
a video of
good.
this guy, I think he was like a substitute teacher or something, and he was like, kid told me just found out I'm chopped and also Unk.
Chopped to know.
I really want to know the etymology of where chopped came at. That's really funny.
Chopped is good.
That
Chopped.
incredible
It took me
Chopped.
a while to like figure out what chopped was actually. Like
I
that one,
really-
was just like,
dude,
I had
that's
never
good.
heard this before.
I really love slang a lot of times. Sometimes it's terrible, but that's a really good one.
Yeah, there's some good stuff out there, man.
All right, feed us, Kai.
Okay. It's my first time cracking, so I put on my meta glasses to FT my experienced HB, and he starts giving me phenomenal comms. That's just, there's several words in there, so I didn't get it.
Okay.
Just funny. Honestly, I want to know what DK thinks that sentence means.
Okay, start over.
Okay,
I'm gonna
we'll take it one
translate
step
it.
at a time.
I got to really focus on
Okay.
this.
It's my first time cracking. Okay.
cracking.
So I put on my meta glasses to FT my experienced HB.
FaceTime?
Yeah.
My experienced. Don't know what HB is.
Is it? I don't know.
I'll go
Homeboy?
back to it. And he starts giving me phenomenal comms.
My experienced HB?
You said homeboy.
said
Isn't that it?
Yeah, HB. Did I say homeboy?
My experience.
No, DK said homeboy. I'll give him that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
FaceTime
it,
your
yeah.
homeboy. Got the middle
Yeah.
one. Got the middle part.
Yeah.
And he's giving me phenomenal comms.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming is just communication. Like he's like,
Call
he's
outs, comms,
gassing
yeah.
me up.
Yeah. Well, give me the right things to do, let's say.
Okay.
Oh, he's on his meta glasses and he's kind of like calling the play like in the helmet kind of deal, telling him what to do.
Yes. So now let's
Oh
figure out
my
what
God.
cracking is.
So is this like where you go on a date and have your friends sort of like listen and watch?
You're close. What could happen after
Or
the date?
fucking?
Yeah, there you go. That's the one.
Jesus Christ, what are the kids doing these days?
So innocent.
Oh,
You're like, is it when you're on
are
a
these
date?
are these kids going in to call on a young lady?
Is Bridgerton?
Yeah, Jesus. Okay, so they're telling him things to do whilst fucking. Okay.
Yeah.
Giving me phenomenal comms. Okay, now I know why you say my experienced HB.
Cracking with someone
It's
chopped.
all coming together.
Cracking with someone
That one
chopped,
was
man.
it was so funny too because it was like a video of Tom Holland from the Spider-Man movie and he puts on those special glasses and he just like sees the world and it's like
Okay, so
sped
wait.
up and it's insane.
Now I forgot already. What is the term for when you have people helping you while having sex?
Phenomenal comms.
No, it was the first word.
Cracking.
Cracking. Oh,
Yeah.
that's just sex.
Yeah, like someone
Okay.
got cracked.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought cracking was specifically where you have someone
So
on the
it
line.
would be rare for somebody who is chopped to crack.
Absolutely. Nailed it.
cracking.
You could say that.
I'm cracking. That's pretty good. Cracking.
Yeah, cracking's good.
Cracking and chopped are my two favorites.
Cracking a clanker.
clanker.
It's gonna be cracking clankers.
Sometimes you have a little faith in the next generation.
I don't
right
have
now.
The clankers have phenomenal comms, though.
Also, that feels very illegal. What you just described. That's
Yeah, definitely. Are you kidding
let's
me?
not do that. We don't condone that.
It's horrible. A lot of these sentences are
Giving
like,
me
they make
incredible comms. This is like gamer.
These
this
are
is
not
gamer
things that
pro,
I
like-
do. I am just the messenger. I want everyone to know that.
Dude, that was really fun. Let's do this again.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Running
that.
out here.
Whatever, man.
Running out here, guys. There's a lot of nonsense out there. I do have an ace up my sleeve, but save that for later.
You do?
Doing tricks on it?
Like it's nonsense though. Doing tricks on it is good. DK, do we want to explain that really quickly?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wait, was this on the show that I
No,
did
no.
this?
This was definitely on a call. It's definitely not on.
Yeah.
on the
So
show.
it was something about we were talking about LeBron? I forgot the context.
We
And you were
probably
just
don't
like,
want to
he's-
say the context we were discussing it in.
I don't remember the context. It's basically just like if someone is glazing a little too hard, which we all know what glazing is. We've gone over that.
Right.
That's yesterday's slang. You know what I mean?
It's
That
like
was
when
from last
glazing.
semester's course.
It's like glazing maxing,
Yeah.
as the kids
Yeah.
say.
So if you're like, yeah, he's just doing tricks on it. Like, don't worry about it. He's just doing tricks on it.
Doing tricks on it.
Yeah, DK
I think
loved
that's
that
actually my favorite one. Clanker.
Don't forget about
Clankers.
falling down to your knees at Walmart.
We're all going to be
Yeah.
doing tricks on the clankers once the integrate AI. with
Hopefully the
robots.
clanker's doing tricks on us. Jesus.
That's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oh my god! All right, thank you, DK, thank you, Craig,
My
thank you,
son's not dating any clanker.
thank you, Kai, for doing the Jeanty spelling bee. Oh my god! Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Ronick. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Email to ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com. Email us trivia questions. Email us fantasy courts. Send us your fantasy courts. Email us more Gen Z spelling bee. Email us Gen X spelling bee. I think that's gonna have to be next after DK just dropped orange. Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Fogey or whatever that. I don't know what any of those words mean.
They didn't know the term fogey, an old fogey.
I don't even know that either. I have no idea what you're talking
Just
about.
saying, it's very well known.
I don't know. Yeah,
Amongst
in Gen
my
X spelling bee, brands that are gone. I don't know. Email us, whatever. Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
Lord.
Thank you, Michael Jackson. What was he doing again? The Lulu. What was it?
With a Labubu and a glam bot? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Glam bot.
Heifetz. My buddy just texted me. He asked ChatGPT, did plants at Home Depot make more money than LVMH? And he said the answer, just ChatGPT says no.
I'll
So.
pull up the article where I found it.
Well, ChatGPT's never wrong. So no, it says that LVMH's revenue was 84 billion and that plants made 20 billion.
Oh, well, sorry.
A lot of misinformation on this this podcast here.
Regardless,
Yeah,
plants at Home Depot made $20 billion. That's higher than anyone would have.
That's the
fucking thought.
point, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have bought plants at Home Depot before.
Have you bought anything from LVMH?
But I also buy plants. I don't even know what that is. I also buy plants at our local plant store too to support the local economy.
LVMH is a conglomerate that owns like Louis Vuitton.
It's all the fashion
Oh.
luxury
Yeah,
brands
yeah.
are under like a parent company. Like it's like
They're
Pepsi's.
richer than God, right?
It's pretty crazy. They're also oh wait, no, that's Arnault. Never mind, it's the car people. It's the real Succession family where like Arnault's like quietly one of the 5 richest people in the world, and like
Arnault is the CEO of LVMH.
oh yeah, wait, sorry, no, I'm right. That company is the real Succession that actually is happening along with the Murdochs. They're like there's 5 kids and they don't know who's gonna run what.
The Murdochs just settled. The kids took their
Lachlan.
money. They're out.
Yeah,
Now it's Lachlan who's next in line. The other 3 kids took the money. They got like $1 billion.
you know what's crazy though is Lachlan, one of his kids who would run it next, is trying to marry a clanker. And
Somehow I'm like keenly it feels like I'm gonna get canceled for like saying
You will
clanker.
be by Calvin.
We're gonna get murdered.
in 15 years when
Yeah,
you're
they're gonna
referring
pull
to a
this
robot as a
fucking
clanker.
Do you guys
Yeah.
ever wonder if like You know what's so funny? It always the Matrix, all the stuff. It never felt real, but when we see everything happening, I feel like I'm looking into two rooms in a house. Like I'm at a house, and one room's on fire, and the other's just full of like oxygen tanks. And I'm like, I just see all this AI happening over here, and I see all these videos of Boston Robotics 10-foot tall people learning to fucking kickbox. On the other hand, and I'm like, isn't the easiest thing ever for the AI to just run the like? I'm actually for the first time ever actually afraid of this. And they're going to just transcribe all these videos, and they're going to be like, anyone who ever said clanker is going to get murdered.
This is why one day we're all just going to live in a remote cabin and have a little recording studio, and that's our life.
Yeah.
And we'll just do that.
I, for one, welcome our clanker overlords.
Thank you, clanker overlords. I should have thanked them for that.
I say thank you to my Waymos out loud, verbally, as I get out of the car.
I think ChatGPT,
because one day when they take over and kill everybody, maybe they'll spare.
When I use ChatGPT, I write please.
I do too.
Thank you.
I do too.
As opposed to the way you talk to Google, which is just like DKB. I'm like, how old am I?
Yeah.
Why does cheese smell?
Just DK. Amanda Seyfried clips.
Craig, she's in a new movie. Did you see this? With none other than
Sydney
Sweeney.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the amount of
plot
acting talent in that movie is going to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's like a horror movie. I won't be watching it, but that's fine.
Just the clips.
Yeah. For watching it for the plot, you know?
Right.
Fucking clankers. Get over clankers.
Fucking clankers, man.
All right, goodbye, everyone. Must be 21 plus and present in select states, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in must apply profit boost token on select market prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut.